Box, the cloud company that allows users to store, share, collaborate on documents and other content online, announcing today it will be unveiling a new feature called Box A.I, and it is teaming up with OpenAI to bring its first tools to the platform. Customers will be able to ask questions based on the content of the files, get summaries, and more. Joining us now in a First on CNBC interview, Box CEO Aaron Levie. Aaron, good to see you. I actually need to start off asking you about downsides and blind spots for your business that AI might create, because your rival Dropbox last week announced it's cutting 16% of its workforce, in part blaming AI, saying they don't have the people they need yet to develop features at the pace that they need to. Chegg, we were just talking to earlier this hour, down 48% today on AI impact. So how is AI potentially going to hurt you, and how are you guarding against that?
Yeah, great question. I mean, I think the situations are pretty different than those examples. We're extremely optimistic on the role that AI will have in how companies work with their enterprise content, whether that's asking questions or securing data more effectively or finding the information that they're looking for. So we don't see any sort of particular downsides for our business. I think there's open questions, obviously, across society of the role of AI in various institutions, but we're extremely excited about the impact that we can bring to the enterprise and to productivity using AI.
One thing that AI seems to be doing potentially is lowering the barrier to entry for a competitor to move into your space and deliver value, higher margin value, leave you commoditized. That's the threat, at least, in the education technology space. Do you not see that threat in where you play?
We don't. We think that enterprises are going to care a lot about their data security, their compliance, the regulatory framework that the software providers leverage that they work with, and the scale of the platforms that they choose. And so in all of these cases, this is where Box has invested well over 15 years in building out a substantial infrastructure to help companies work with their most important information. And then AI gets layered on top of that as really a turbocharger of what you can do with that data. But we don't really see it as a means to get into the space and kind of rebuild any of the architecture that we've created over a decade and a half that is so important to enterprises.
Yeah, Aaron, how are you thinking about guardrails? And I ask that because we just got reports really earlier this hour that the administration is calling the CEOs of Alphabet and Microsoft, OpenAI, and maybe some others to have a meeting this Thursday to discuss some of the issues around artificial intelligence. If you were in that room, what would you say?
Yeah, I mean, we're big believers in policy advocacy in this space. I think that this is such a new market and such an emerging technology that we do have to align on the ways that we want to regulate it and the governance that we want to put around these models. For instance, things like how much should an AI model be able to execute on its own without human oversight? Or what is the level of breadth that these AI models should be able to be trained on in terms of their information sources? How should we ensure that AI models are always producing citations around how they come up with answers? These are going to be incredibly important topics, and we are big believers that this technology does need to be treated incredibly, thoughtfully, and that there does really deserve to be strong regulation around it.